All right, welcome back, friends. And we are doing another series in our little playthrough. My game seems to be lagging out a little bit, playing through. Oh God, this is ungodly bad. Hopefully, this is playable. But we are continuing our Shattered Space playthrough here. Last episode, what did we do? We found some children, and we also located some missing groats. So a cute little hide-and-seek quest with the kids of Dazra, and it kind of, if you explore the dialogue with the children, it kind of, explores the sorrow of children being like orphaned in the middle of a disaster and how they kind of deal with that kind of trauma. So very interesting, very deep story device there, having you play hide and seek with some children to kind of bring up the tension of disasters and how children can suddenly become orphaned during catastrophic events. But I switched out my companion, so we're going to be traveling with Andrasia. She's gotten a little bit of an update, we'll say. But we're going to be using Andrasia because now we're switching over to the main quest. And I want to explore her dialogue. I know she has some dialogue in the side quests, but kind of want to explore her dialogue through these main quests here. And plus, I had been.
I miss going to school.
Oh, doesn't that suck? You don't have to go to school. I had played through Alana for about a month. Took me a while to get through her, but I'm kind of through her at this point, so I wanted to switch back to Andrasia to explore a little bit of her dialogue options in this DLC. I know that's a major grief that some people have with this particular DLC, that it does not explore Andrasia enough. I wouldn't complain if it explored it more, but I think she does add a significant amount of dialogue, and there's a good bit of dialogue after the fact if you kind of explore around with her. So hopefully we can trigger it. Do I want to do this one? No, I don't want to do this one. I want to do the other one. Let's do the other one. I'll do that one later. That's a longer one. I don't have time to do all that. I have to pick up my daughter in about an hour, so... Yeah, let's do a different house that's going to be a little bit shorter. They're all like about 2 hours long. Like doing these 3 quests is about 6 hours. I have I do know why people complain about the shortness of this. It's because like people skip story. I don't know. That's like the easiest way to say it. They skip story. They're not used to Bethesda style of storytelling, and they're used to stuff that's more akin to what is it, like a cyberpunk, where they stop, they give you like a cutscene and everything. Here you basically can just skip the story if you want to, which I think is a good thing for player freedom, because if you're not interested in a story, it allows you to skip it. You don't have to deal with dredging through a story you're not interested in. But one of the drawbacks about that is that you can skip a lot of story by accident.
Was bold and in no way acceptable or condoned. So, Ekris has sent our newest diviner to inquire about Sahima. Don't worry, Jimal's already told me all about you. I'm Razma, elder of House Kadik and head of the Ministry of Conjunction.
Let's ask the questions first. What is the Ministry of Conjunction?
The Ministry of Conjunction is one of the 3 government branches of our society. We deal in information to ensure the High Council can make educated decisions. Most of our work is highly classified. Even the High Council itself may not be aware of all that we're involved in.
Conjunction Junction, what's your function? All right. What can you tell me about House Kadik?
House Kadik is one of the 3 noble houses under House Varun. We've a reputation on being the more moderate of the 3. Not as fervent as House Vithal, and not as passive as House Dolkef. We're also largely associated with the Ministry of Conjunction, since I lead the department.
It's an honor to meet the elder of a noble house.
Well, it's also an honor to meet one as interesting as yourself. I wouldn't have suspected an outsider to be made promised. But who am I to argue with the Great Serpent's choice?
All right. I'm sure there's going to be questions here. We need Sahima to help recalibrate the morning device. Yeah, well, I'm going to end up going with the Serpent's Embrace. Yeah, let's go with the Serpent's Embrace. Yes, it is not for us to question the Great Serpent's will.
Impressive. I see now why you must have been chosen. I know the Council is looking to Sahima for answers, but the truth is, she's been taken, along with other members of the House. They're being held hostage by zealots, and now they're demanding negotiations.
This is a major overreach. I have never known the zealots to be so bold.
Negotiations are my specialty. Tell me what the zealots have demanded so far. You can't trust the zealots. Negotiations could be a trap. Zealots don't negotiate; they kill on sight. Why not just tell the High Council? How were the zealots able to kidnap your people in the first place?
What happened to Dazra was a cataclysmic event. The city may seem in order now, but those first few days, it was chaos. And the zealots took advantage.
Let's ask the other question. Why not tell the High Council?
Because right now, this situation is a matter for the Ministry of Conjunction. As much as the Council thinks it's their business, it's not. At least not yet. They want Sahima, and we're trying to produce her.
Negotiations are my specialty.
As much as I'd welcome the expertise, the Zealots would never allow an outsider to participate. But the negotiations aren't where I need assistance. The Zealots have yet to name specifics. At best, they'll demand an inordinate amount of credits or firearms. Worst case, a seat at the High Council or even the reinstatement of their house. House Maleen. They know we can't risk Sahima for Dazra's sake. So, they won't hold back when it comes to demands.
Oops, I accidentally bumped the boon there. What can you tell me about House Maleen?
House Maleen was fully dedicated to Jandar Varun. They objected when his brother, Jarek, was chosen to take over as leader. They knew he would bring an end to the Serpent's Crusade. It's why they abandoned their house and became the zealots you know today. To continue what they believe is Jinan and Jandar's work.
Who is Jandar?
Jinan Varun had twin sons, Jarek and Jandar. Jandar fully supported the Serpent's Crusade, and to many in House Maleen, was the best suited to take over for his father.
The Zealots have a house?
They had a house. House Maleen was abandoned a long time ago, but there are some who'd want to see it reinstated.
The zealots don't deserve anything.
Agreed. Which is why I'm hoping you can help. I need you to find the hostages. Bring them home, so the zealots have nothing to leverage, and Zahima can work with the High Council. Normally, I'd have agents doing everything possible to find them. But we too suffered losses. We need to be here. Present. I couldn't risk more lives. It's the only reason I even agreed to these negotiations. But now that you're here, I can finally take action.
The Great Serpent guides me. This is more than coincidence. This is fate itself. Oh, Just tell me where the hostages are. Isn't risking the lives of a few agents worth it to save the many?
Of course. But the negotiations offered a chance to get Zahima and the others back without putting lives at risk. I saw the chance and had to take it. As demanding as I'd expected the zealots to be, I fully intended to do everything in my power to bring them within reason.
Let's go with the serpent's embrace. The Great Serpent guides me. This is more than coincidence. This is fate itself.
Yes, it does seem more than mere coincidence, doesn't it? But there's still one unanswered question. I don't know where the zealots are keeping Zahima, but I have a good idea who does. Their name is Merrick. Merrick is a Kadik, and they also work for me as an agent in the Ministry of Conjunction. This is where matters get complicated.
Merrick knows. How come you haven't forced them to tell you?
Once I made the decision to go through with the negotiations, it wasn't necessary. Now that the situation has changed, well, that's going to be your job now.
Let's hear about these complications then.
As I said, Merrick works for me in the Ministry of Conjunction. They've been establishing an inside relationship with the zealots for some time now, on my orders. Forcing them to give up the information could jeopardize all they've worked for. So don't expect them to be forthcoming. Get the information any way you see fit, as long as no physical harm comes to them.
Understood.
Any type
Merrick
of
is
tips?
proud
Yeah.
of what they've accomplished, so I doubt they'll give up information easily. If being persuasive isn't your strong suit, perhaps appealing to their substantial ego may help. If you can stomach it. Just don't be direct. I'm sure it would put them on the defensive. Either that, or make them completely unwilling to talk.
You're establishing relationships with the
What better way
zealots?
to surveil a threat? It's important for us to know what the zealots may be targeting, to stay one step ahead.
Zealots took your people. How can you remain
The
so calm?
people of Dazra look to us elders for strength and guidance. We cannot fail them at a time like this. Don't let my composure fool you, promised? It's neither easy nor something I take lightly.
Why would giving the location jeopardize
The
Merrick's
zealots
work?
don't trust easily. If their location was discovered, Merrick would most likely be the first they'd suspect. They'd never trust them or any agent of House Kadik again.
I'll return once
See that
I've
you do.
got
You'll
them.
find Merrick upstairs in the meditation room.
We are going to... Ooh, I like that Gemini era. Okay, Apollo 2 it is. Here's our screenshot. I think I already used a photo from this specific room multiple times. I think this is a very good scene for Shattered Space. Let's turn up the brightness a little bit. Okay. All right. That's going to be my thumbnail.
You're no member of House Kadik. What are you doing here?
Greetings, fellow promised. Razma told me this was a meditation room.
Forgive me, I didn't realize we were entertaining guests. You must be the outsider I heard of who shares our beliefs. So tell me, what would a chosen one such as yourself want with someone like me?
I was told you know where the zealots have taken Sahima.
I'm sorry, did you say zealots? Why would I know anything about such extremists? Absolutely ridiculous.
Razma sent me. She said you know where the zealots are.
So much for confidentiality. I guess this means the High Council is still asking Auntie Razma where Sahima is. And if you're here making demands, she obviously has decided to make use of you rather than undergo sincere negotiations. I see what's going on here.
Then you know how important it is to reveal the location of the zealot base.
On the contrary, I know how important it is to keep that information confidential. I've worked hard to obtain my position with the zealots. And like I've told Razma 1,000 times, I have no reason to believe they're going to hurt my dear cousins, especially Sahima. So, as far as I'm concerned, that information stays with me.
You think the zealots won't harm the hostages?
Sahima isn't just being held hostage, they're putting her to work. The zealots aren't stupid. They know what Sahima was involved in. And if they can beat us to that tech, they're going to try.
Let's persuade.
Oh, I don't think so. I think I've considered them enough. I won't argue her importance.
I think we're going to auto-persuade this.
Well, it is the biggest variable.
Let's choose the Oh.
I suppose you have a point. I do have a gift. All right, I'll let you in on their location. But remember, you're the only one that knows. If word spreads, I'll know exactly who's to blame. The location you're looking for is Shadow Station Epsilon. It's an old Varun base that they've taken over for themselves. Razma will know it. Let her tell you the details, seeing as how I'm about to be reassigned.
That wasn't so hard. Why would giving me this information get you reassigned?
Isn't the answer obvious? The zealots will know the location came from me. All that hard work thrown out the window because someone refuses to undergo negotiations.
That wasn't that hard.
Watch your tone. You may be promised, but you're still an outsider.
Okay. We need to talk to Razma. I believe it was this way.
You must have gotten the location.
The serpent's gift gift us knowledge. The place we seek is Shadow Station,
Well done.
Epsilon.
And luckily, I know the place. If my intel is correct, you can find Shadow Station Epsilon in the Badlands, north of Dazra. I can send you the coordinates. Shadow Station Epsilon is one of many zealot bases scattered throughout. As I mentioned before, I wasn't willing to risk agent lives in order to scout them all.
Anything else you can tell me about Shadow Station Epsilon?
Epsilon was once a research station, with a focus on grav drive manipulation. The Zealots have since vastly expanded upon it. But it makes sense if they intend to use Sahima to their advantage.
What are these Shadow Stations?
The Shadow Stations were established during the Serpent's Crusade. A series of secret military installations that few knew about, and even fewer may remember. The idea was to have isolated centers focused on different aspects of furthering the crusade. This way, if one fell, it wouldn't endanger the others.
Okay, right
The
there.
sooner the better.
We will do whatever is necessary to bring Sahima and the others back safely.
Now that we have a rescue mission underway, I'll speak to Merrick about setting up the negotiations. I expect them to be pliable after their last encounter with you. The current plan is to hold them at one of the geothermal power stations. Meet us there when Sahima and the others are safe.
Why this particular
it's a
power
fairly
station?
neutral location, and just the right distance from Dazra, so both parties will feel safe. The geothermal stations are also autonomous in nature, so we don't have to worry about unwanted eyes and ears.
Where is this power
If
station?
memory serves, it's southeast of Shadow Station Epsilon. It shouldn't be too hard to find.
I'll meet you at the power
Good.
station when everyone's safe.
Serpent willing, your timing will line up. I'll stall the Zealots as long as I can, which shouldn't be an issue. That being said, I'd still appreciate it if you could act quickly. Now, Jamal wants an update before you leave. Just don't let her distract you for too long.
And as you probably know, we're probably like a half hour into this recording. Let's check it real quick. I just want to make sure. Actually, I am recording, but yeah, we've been recording for 23 minutes, and this is also why the game is short for some people, because like you could easily skip through that like 20 minutes of dialogue.
A word before you go? Tell me, Diviner, what do you know about the Zealots?
Religious fanatics who kill those who don't follow the Great Serpent. I try not to judge people. I believe they're misunderstood. Just another enemy getting in my way. Let's go with the first option.
An oversimplified observation, but correct nonetheless. The Zealots are widely frowned upon within our society. They're a remnant of the Serpent's Crusade, days we'd like to forget. Has my dear sister given you any history on our house's relations with the Zealots?
Rasma said Merrick is working on establishing a relationship with the Zealots.
I'm surprised she even mentioned that much. Rasma would have everyone believe she only wishes to keep an eye on the Zealots, so the Council can make informed decisions. The truth is, she's had this particular group of Zealots under her thumb for quite some time. This is only a problem now because she's lost control. That is the real reason why Rasma hasn't informed the High Council, and I'm sworn to silence.
That sounds like an incredibly foolish plan.
Rosma lost control of the zealots,
Yes, I'll get to that momentarily.
so Rosma doesn't want the council to know her true relationship with the zealots.
Exactly. House Kadik already has a reputation for being sympathetic to the zealots. But the truth is far worse. Razma wants the zealots to back House Kadik, so the balance of power between the noble houses would shift to us. She's been employing them, paying them in supplies that aid their blind crusade.
Why would the zealots ever back a noble house?
Razma would believe they want to reintegrate or even reestablish House Maline, and she's a fool for it. The zealots want nothing but the means to carry out their war. Credits, weapons, and ships. And these very supplies would be used to harm not only your people, but our own as well.
House Kadik is sympathetic to the
There are
zealots.
several members who are sympathetic toward them or their cause. Some see beyond their extremist veneer and believe they're just misguided. A very small few may believe Jandar truly was the rightful heir, but none would ever admit it. I'm certain it's the case that members of the other houses feel the same. House Kadik is just the only one who's been exposed for it.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but my neighbors got some little tiny yappy dogs and they are not shutting up. I find it hard to believe that the High Council isn't aware of any of this.
The council knows nothing of her work with the zealots, and I aim to keep it that way. All elders have their own ambitions. I'm certain that's all they see. What none of us expected was the disaster that is the Scaled Citadel. The aftermath is what allowed the zealots to grab Sahima and the others, flipping the balance of power in their favor. Razma has lost control and is putting House Kadik's reputation and power at risk.
But I'm going to find Shahima so Razma can take back control.
And that's what I wish to speak to you about. House Kadik shouldn't be associating with zealots at all, except on an extermination level. But worse, we absolutely cannot be supplying them with ordnance of any kind. We need to cut ties with the zealots altogether.
Why not tell the council and have them put a
Exposing
stop
this
to it?
information to the council would condemn not only Rasma, but House Kadik along with her. I have no wish to tarnish our house or ruin my sister. I simply want to show her the error of her ways.
And do you expect me to do something about it?
How astute. I want you to put an end to any connections between House Kadik and the Zealots. And while my position won't allow me to be blunt, I'll still make it clear. Should the hostages not survive, Rasma would blame the Zealots and cut all ties.
An extreme sacrifice for the sake of your house.
Not condoning the murder. You're not condoning the murder of your own family. How is killing your own family better than what Rasma is doing?
Those few lives will be nothing compared to the lives the Zealots will take if House Kadik continues to supply them. Sacrificing them would open my sister's eyes, quelling any sympathy and desire to work with the Zealots. Once Rasma no longer sees the Zealots as an ally, the rest will soon follow.
Are you insane?
Perhaps you don't understand. These noble houses have existed for generations. The people look up to us to guide them under the will of the Great Serpent. The fall of a noble house would put everything into question. And with the state Dazra is in right now, I won't allow that to happen.
They mean roughly about, like, House Varun has been in existence in this story for about 100 years. That's about like 3 generations or so. You're condoning the murder of your own family.
I'm doing what I must to preserve this house. All you need to get is Sahima's research, which she has with her.
No, I'm not doing your dirty work. I'm not committing to anything.
Think about it if you must. But if you care about your people, you'll come to the same conclusion as I have. And when you do, just know that we can't afford any loose ends. No witnesses. As far as everyone else is concerned, the hostages were dead when you arrived, and you exacted revenge in House Kadik's name.
If I care about my people, what
The
people?
settled systems, of course. They're the Zealots' #1 target with more victims every day.
Is murder everyone your solution to everything?
Of course not. But in this situation, it is the most effective means to an end. As a mediary, I am constantly weighing decisions based on both immediate and long-term consequences. This decision is awful, I know that. But the far-reaching consequences are worth the sacrifice.
And do you think the Zealots killed the hostages is a believable story?
Zealots are unpredictable, and their passion to their cause often makes them prone to violence. Whether the Zealots believe it or not matters little, but Rasma certainly will.
Like I said, I'm not committing to anything.
I trust you'll make the right decision. Until then, I'll see you at the negotiations.
Perhaps you'll join our numbers embedded in the settled systems.
So, just to talk about recent news in Starfield, we had that 12-second teaser the other day. If you're still watching, and I know this deep into a video most people have cut out, but if you're still watching, I'm going to give you a little treat. Watch Tuesday. Bethesda likes to drop updates on Tuesday. Last week there was no what am I saying? There was no paid mods launched. That tells me that they intentionally were holding paid mods in QA. That tells me that they have like an update that's about to come out that's going to break a bunch of mods, so that they held all the paid mods back. No paid mods were launched Tuesday. That is very strange, because like even like the cash grab mods would you would still see some of them. So that tells me they intentionally held mods back on Tuesday from being launched. So my guess is that they put out that little teaser to stir speculation, because that's kind of a good thing for community to speculate, but they didn't want it out there too long for this speculation to get too wild. And that the update will be dropping on Tuesday, probably with a bunch of notices to a bunch of mod authors that their paid mods are now broken. So I don't think we're going to see a beta on this update at all. I think this is a surprise update, so I don't think there's going to be any beta. I think they're just going to put it out there. So it might be like Bugfesta or Bugthesda for like, a week while they put in some hot fixes. But I think they are going to drop it fast and hot. No announcement or anything, just that teaser, put it out there, and then drop an update. And good on them. Don't feed the hate machine with details. Keep them guessing. They don't really pay attention to Bethesda news anyways. Like most of these people think that Emil Pagarillo wrote the entirety word for word of Shattered Space, so they don't really pay attention. They don't really know what's going on anyways. we're gonna go in up top, over here. So that's what I think is gonna happen. That Terran Armada is going to drop on Tuesday. I don't think it's a full-on DLC. It's possible. If it's a full-on DLC, the rumors is it's not going to be until spring. That just seems very weird that they would drop like a very cryptic teaser and tease it for months, especially after Todd Howard said he likes keeping announcement to launch very tight. His head exploded. This is Shadow Station Epsilon. I forgot to bring my other companions. Oops. You alerted everyone.
Yes! Yes!
What the?
I'm here! I've been struck!
Come then. Meet your Always worth checking. Never know what you might find in their pockets.
Exactly.
You cannot win!
Gonna take more than that!
I won't let
Stay calm.
come on! I can't go! I can't!
Once again, we are triumphant.
Where did you get that gun from? I don't recall giving that to you. Whatever. You can use it. I really don't recall giving that gun to her. It's below us. Hey, your head exploded. I don't understand how people can hate this game, man. Like, you mod this sucker out. Like, it's a fun game. Like, for anyone. Like, whatever your preference is. Like, pick it. You want that cartoonish head exploding, you can do it. I think my... Oh.
Great serpent knows.
You just survived a headshot. Very intense music here. Okay, we went the roundabout. Haven't found it. I think I got all of them from here.
Cover, brother!
You were behind me. Things are definitely a lot more challenging when you have mods installed that add raids and the enemies spawn behind you. You have to play on the starborn powers a lot more. Yes. Say goodnight to your head. Head explosion. Too bad that was my last hypergiant heart. A reminder, I need to make more of those when I get a chance. Like, this is a pretty intense POI. First time I played this, I kind of like stealth through the entirety of it. How do I get in that room? Andresia's shooting someone. Yep, here it is.
There you are.
I don't know what Andresia's doing.
If you're here to help, that zealot has...
Let me check my phone. Just want to make sure I haven't been messaged to pick up my daughter yet. Oh, this doesn't freaking fit, yeah.
You have to get me out of here. Who are you?
The Great Serpent guided me here, sister. I'm here to lead you to safety.
Oh, I knew the serpent would hear me. It's more than just me. There are others. The zealots have been using them to force me to continue my research here. They think I have all the answers since the original experiment was a catastrophic failure.
Zealots
were wise in their tactics. Up until now.
Good news, the High Council thinks you have all the answers to original
The
experiment.
original experiment. The one that took out half of Dazra and sealed off the Scaled Citadel. Surely you must know. I'm sorry. I realize the elders and council members may not be properly disseminating this information. I'm not one for politics, obviously.
Zealots are forcing you to continue research here?
Well, the Zealots think they are forcing me to continue my research here. They want me to apply my theories to Anasco's Scaled Citadel debacle. Somehow they ascertained my previous involvement.
Good news, the High Council thinks you have all the answers too.
So my theory is correct. Or I should say, the High Council now believes my theory, the better theory, is correct. I knew it! I told them their algorithms and insufficient testing were only giving the illusion of stability. But no one wants to listen to me. Not the girl who put people twice my age to shame when it came to assessments. Of course, this is what it would take for Razma to send someone after me.
The Zealots also plan on using you as a pawn in their negotiation.
Negotiations? Oh, right. I'd almost forgotten. I overheard the Zealots mention negotiating with House Kadik, so the motivations are clear. Not only does the High Council deem me important, but Razma needs to remove me from the equation. I get it. But at least now everyone knows I was right.
Let's get back to getting out there.
Yes, step 1 is freeing the others. The Zealots aren't aware of how I've been delving into their systems here. I told them I needed full access if they expect me to replicate Anasco's experiment, and I didn't even bother with risk assessment. They think I'm applying my theories to their poor excuse for technology down here. Granted, I could probably make it work if I had to.
Just get to the point.
Getting there. The other hostages are being kept just beyond this room. I can disengage the locks to their cell and grant you access to an elevator in the room beyond that will take them to safety. You just have to clear out that area first, and the Zealots down there are different.
How are the Zealots different?
The Zealots you'll encounter beyond here are altered somehow. To be made thus would be to show them the Great Serpent's mercy.
Well, will the hostages not fight with me?
Some may, but keep in mind that we are scientists. Many of them have never seen true combats and are no longer proficient with weapons. But some, like me, may still be capable. Just don't expect much of them.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, I'm not going anywhere yet. While you get the rescue underway, I'm going to set up certain guarantees here. I'll meet you and the others outside.
That's risky.
I'm more than capable of handling myself. Besides, the Zealots think they need me, so my life isn't in danger. If I'm not out there when you free the hostages, just come back for me. The Zealots have a small network here that I can plug into. They think I've been working on my research, when really, I've been formulating a virus that will shut down this entire base. And their ships.
Sounds like a plan.
And a well-thought-out one at that. I just need enough time to set up a remote device so I can launch a virus that will render this place useless. Think of it as a failsafe to guarantee our safety. The Zealots would never risk this base or their ships.
Good luck, I'll see you on the outside. Why not set up your remote device to sabotage the Zealots earlier?
These are Zealots we're dealing with. The only reason they even have hostages is to make sure I stay in line. I couldn't threaten them without knowing the others were safe.
Fine, I'll get the hostages out of here.
I'll see you outside.
Okay. So. Requires a key. Alright. before I head down, I'm going to pause because I know I'm going to have to pick up my daughter in probably like 15 minutes. Before we enter that, we're going to pause so I'm not rushed through that combat and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to stop recording. Well, I'm going to quick save and I'm going to stop recording for a brief moment and I'll start right back up. And you guys will not notice, but I'm going to take a small intermission, pick up my daughter, and come back and finish recording. If it allows me to.
I will please you try!
Alright, hello friends. We appear to be back. Game's lagging a little bit, as I can see it's not doing too well. Usually takes a moment to kind of catch up with stuff.
Best not to leave anything useful.
Oh, you made it. So let's finish this up. I did manage to pick up my daughter. She's going to be working on her homework, so, and then probably heading off to bed in a moment. I happen to be playing in her room because this is also, like, I use her bedroom to kind of record because it has like a little nook to record in. $191. Come on, bring it. Bring it, boyo. Let's finish this.
But they will suffer greatly in time.
There's someone upstairs. Beautiful. I always love it when I get that headshot with the sniper rifle into an explosion. Definitely just has a good feeling to it. That gore-filled like head explosion after a sniper round is just marvelous. I think that was everyone in this room. We had that one elite, level 192.
Serpent, be merciful. Has help finally arrived?
Yes, help has arrived. The door wasn't locked. You could have left at any time.
Are you here?
You aren't a zealot. Who are you?
I like your eyebrows there, sir. I'm Diviner Lorem Ipsum. Erasma sent me to rescue you.
The Great Serpent is merciful. And Sahima? Did you find her yet?
Shahima is safe. She granted us access to an elevator to escape. Let's ask the questions first. Is this all you are? All of you?
If only.
There are more of us down in the caves. We haven't been able to observe much. They are physically superior, stronger, faster. They ignore pain and are resistant to things that would take any normal person down in an instant. I'm not sure what the zealots have done to create them, but I would surmise the process was less than pleasant.
Sahima is safe. She's granting us access to an elevator to escape.
I wish it were that easy. The zealots separated us. Our brethren are still out there. Please, I can ready my people here, but you'll have to deal with the zealots and rescue the others so we may all escape safely.
You don't want to help?
I'm afraid we're quite useless here. They've been starving us, keeping us weak. Probably for just such an occasion. I fear more for the ones they've taken to the caves.
That's a classic strategy when taking prisoners of war or hostages is you starve them so they do not have the energy to fight back against you.
Another redeemed is stationed down there, along with a few other zealots and a Model S. Be careful.
All right, I'll clear a path.
We'll be ready.
Please stay back. I will handle it. So we have a Model S. Whoa, guys, chill. I have a sniper rifle here. You do not need to be running. Someone's shooting sparkly balls at me. Stop that. You're annoying me. Yeah. Yeah, that hurt, didn't it? You're so annoying. I'm annoyed. You interrupted me. For the last time. Jumped from the freaking stratosphere. That was a cool little explosion there. Oh, those enemies are above me. And we still got this guy. I wounded and he... Oh wait, this is a hostage.
Great serpent. The great serpent has hurt me.
Oh, hello, friend. I do like this gun. It's kind of nice. It's like a semi-automatic shotgun. It's got a lot of kick. Let's see what's up top. Looks like this place has been ransacked. Let's free you.
Is this the end? Thank the serpent. I thought I was done for.
And now I am sure there are data slates in this place. Because I know like all the buildings in Room Kai are kind of connected story-wise. I'm not going to completely search this whole entire POI to find them all. I have found them all in the past, and I know they exist. But this series is going to end up being like freaking 37 hours long if I track down every single data slate. And I have done that, and it did take me like 37 hours to kind of get through everything doing that. And I'm still finding surprises in this place. Like this, like the, oh wait, no, I thought the bench was like directly in front of the doors. Like, how are you supposed to open it? Normally I do not open these. But let's get out of here. I want to make sure I fully search this room. I think I came in below. I don't think I searched in here. Like if I find a data slate in here, I'll definitely read it. Because like typically they put the big stuff towards the end. The, you know, earth-shattering like data slates. But I know there's some computers in the top area that kind of connect this to some other buildings around Dazra. Like all the POIs are connected story-wise if you read all the data slates. But it takes a substantial amount of time to find all that information. Like a lot of people complain about like shattered space lacking depth. Like if you look, there's tons of depth here. You just need to look. And that's the problem. People don't look.
That's everyone accounted for.
All right.
You did it! It's true what they say. The air really does smell fresher.
Serpent bless you. We owe you our lives. Thank you.
Let's go with the serpent's embrace. Praise the great serpent. He has truly smiled upon us this day.
It certainly was a test of faith, but one I hope we all passed. Now, I believe you have some negotiations to attend to. I'm going to stay back a moment and make sure everyone here is okay to make it back safely. I'll catch up with you shortly. Just let me know where the negotiations are taking place.
Are you sure you'll be alright?
Of course. I successfully rigged a remote device to shut this whole place down the moment I see a zealot. I just need a moment to make sure everyone is fine.
The negotiations are at the Badlands Power Station. Be quick.
Don't worry. Razma came through for me. It's only fair I return the favor. I'll be there when it counts. Now go.
I can't thank you enough for saving us.
So I will say I have never ever explored the option where you kill the hostages. Just oops. Accidentally fired my gun there. I've never had the urge to do that. Plus, I think the repercussions for killing the hostages far outweigh the benefits. That is quite an awkward landing job there. Like, all your, landing gear is floating above the surface. We have a tree halfway through the hull. Quite interesting. Let's see. I can almost fit under there. Alright, let's go to the Badlands. Let's see how far away it is. I might just huff it on foot. Yes, we're just gonna huff it on foot. Alright, my daughter is running off to bed here. So we're actually almost done with this quest too. We have one little section here where we have to talk to the Rune Zealots and negotiate with them. I think I'm going to take some drugs to make sure I pass any kind of persuasion check. We will also wait a little bit for Andrasia to catch up, because I believe she has some dialogue here. And before we had her talking through a wall. I think those are our negotiators. I think. Ow. And before I open this door, let's see what I have to boost. There it is.
Bold of the Zealots to take over such a
Is your
significant
intent
location.
to be unreasonable the whole time? I thought this was a negotiation.
We're having a friendly chat, aren't we? It's not my fault you don't find my offers acceptable.
Nah, just the person I wanted to see. Please tell me you bring good news.
Shahima and the other hostages are safe. Yes, time to ruin this guy's day. The Zealots have no leverage. We'll go with the first option.
Exactly what I wanted to hear.
Razma, who is this? You allow any commoner to just waltz in on official business. I'd expect better security from House Kadik.
This is hardly official business.
Yes. And now these so-called negotiations are over.
Over? You'd risk everything after the whispers of a stranger. I demand to know who this is.
I am the one putting an end to this negotiation. I am the Serpent's chosen diviner, the only one who can understand Anasko Varun. Ryujin Industries? I am a Ryujin operative, and disruption is my specialty. I am a Freestar Ranger, here to enforce justice. I'm a UC captain. I'm in the fleet. And now I'll do what she says if I were you. Yeah. Let's go with this one. I've done the Freestar before. I don't think I've ever done the Ryujin.
Anasko's chosen.
Let's see what Ryujin
Frozen by
does.
feet. House Kadik dealing with outsiders? Only a complete fool would expect me to believe this.
It's true, Mihail. And if you don't leave now, peacefully, I'll make sure your ships and Shadow Station Epsilon are made dust.
You... How did you... You're bluffing.
Test me. You think a genius mind like mine wouldn't find a way to hack into every system in your base? This remote device will launch a virus that will detonate systems within Epsilon, and reach your ships as well.
You realize how this may affect future partnerships, Razma. You'd jeopardize our connections.
It jeopardizes nothing. It merely restores the natural order.
The natural order. I could take you all out here and now. You know every one of us is prepared to answer the Serpent's call.
Serpent's embrace. Perhaps this offer is the Great Serpent's plan, and no one is meant to die today. I like that.
Only a heretic would be blind to the Great Serpent's work.
Oh, my eyes are open. It's just hard to discern the truth through all the treachery.
I speak the truth. The latest events aren't coincidence. They are his will. Enough lives have been lost. Live to fight another day. We are all the Great Serpent's children. We shouldn't be fighting. Save your anger for the true heretics. I like the first option.
You may be newly promised, but I can't deny how the pieces fit. All right. I won't deny my brethren the death they deserve. But I won't forget this either. Don't think this won't change anything, Razma.
Things have already changed, Mihail. From the moment you kidnapped House members. These negotiations are over. Now leave us.
That was intense.
Apparently I didn't even need to negotiate. There should have been a persuasion check in there somewhere, since there's like negotiations.
House Kadik is in your debt.
As am I. I owe you my life.
Sahima, you are a part of this house.
I know. I just wanted to say thank you. Personally. And here, it's the research and algorithm the High Council wants. I'm sure they'll appreciate it more coming from you.
Thank you. I'll make sure the High Council gets it. Why do you think they'd appreciate it more from
As
me?
much as I'd love to gloat, I have enough awareness to know this isn't the time. And I know myself well enough to know that I simply wouldn't hold back.
I'll make sure the High Council gets it.
I'm going back to check on the others, but maybe come find me when you're done.
Sure, I'll see you around.
Great. You can find me at the Great House whenever you get the chance.
We'll talk later, Sahima. As I was saying, House Kadik is in your debt. You've helped me maintain a very precarious balance.
This business with the Zealots needs to end.
And one day it will. But until then, they're a necessary evil. One that we'll be keeping a much closer eye on. I'd appreciate it if you kept this a secret.
Of course. I'm not the one you should be worried about. No, the High Council needs to know. I'm not the one you should be worried about.
If you're referring to the members of House Kadik, the others involved know better than to speak of this.
Your sister prefers I didn't even rescue the hostages.
House ties run deep. Betraying one's house is a display of disloyalty that no house would tolerate. It's a guaranteed way to ostracize yourself in a society like ours.
Her sister prefers I didn't even rescue the hostages.
As much as it disappoints me, I can't say I'm surprised. Jamal's never cared for our view with the Zealots. And she has no love for those taken. But this is what makes her an excellent mediary.
What's a mediary?
A mediary is another title for a member of the High Council, whose job it is to represent their house when the Elder cannot. My duties are to House Kadik and the Ministry of Conjunction. I trust Jamal to properly represent our views at the High Council.
You just let Jamal's actions. You'll just let Jamal's
This will be discussed
actions
at
slide.
length later. But that is a personal matter between me and my sister. But the truth is, House Kadik comes first and foremost. And she was willing to pay the hard price for what she deemed necessary. Had I been in her place, I can't say I wouldn't have come to the same conclusion.
I would think you both want to be on the same page.
You and the rest of our house. Now, I have much to do, and so do you. Ekris and the High Council will be expecting you.
What is it?
You've served House Kadik well today.
Okay. Let's return. So Shahima, we can actually get her as a companion. We'll see if she's here yet. I think we might have to wait 24 hours for her to show up at Harold's Rest. We are going to check it out and see if she's here. Yeah. We can get her as a crew member. She's
Can I get you anything?
The Great Serpent will deliver us from this. I know it.
The Great Serpent spared us so that we may rebuild stronger, better.
Amila was a tortured soul. I hope he finds solace with the Great Serpent.
Another drink. Bars are a seemingly universal constant across cultures.
What happened to your legs?
We lost a lot of good people to the Vortex. Bar seems much emptier.
Is that what happened to your legs? That's very strange.
Some cosa to lift your spirits?
My brother lost his wife and home in the catastrophe. How can anyone be the same after that?
Why her?
Okay, let's turn in the last part of the quest, and then we will find Shahima. We have a very interesting section here.
You do not understand. I saw Anasco, took measure of his burdens.
What you are describing is a dream, nothing more.
Not a dream. A message from the Great Serpent himself.
With all due respect to your craft, dear sister, now is not the time for incense and ash leaves. Do you not see the depth of the crater before you?
On the contrary, brother. I see it for what it truly is. And if we ignore this vision, Anasco will be lost to us forever.
Enough with the proselytizing. The diviner has returned. Ah, were you able to find Shahima?
Yes.
Perfect. I have no doubt Sahima's work is the key to stabilizing the mourning device. If only the others had listened to her, we may not have lost so much of our great city. This leaves houses Dul Kef and Fathol.
Politics can wait. Every moment we delay, Anasco descends further into the void.
For the last time, faith will not remove the barrier. Science will.
It is the hubris of science that failed you in this moment. We reached out to the Great Serpent. This is his reply.
You claim he has forsaken us?
I do no such thing. The Great Serpent's reply is not an answer, but a question. Are we worthy of his grace? Until that is proven, your works will not succeed.
Indeed, the shrouding obscures the way forward for those who lack faith. Well said, Harold. Works will succeed because they are backed by science, not because of some religious mumbo-jumbo. I don't know if either of you are right. You are both right. We must have faith that our efforts will succeed. But that means nothing without science. I like this option best.
It sounds like you agree with me.
And yet, only one is the foundation for the other. But the proof is not in our words. It is in the vision. Anasco's presence still persists in this world, and he seeks our aid.
Fine. I feel like I've lived this argument 1,000 times, and the only way to move past it is to concede to its nonsense. Diviner, speak to my sister. Agree to her fool's errand so that we may continue the work of saving this city.
So I believe you can skip over this quest if you answer, depending upon your answers in that dialogue option. So if you go hardline reason, like, you know, reason's the only way, it will skip that quest. But if you take like a balanced approach or a faith approach, you get that quest. We will do it later though, because I want to unlock Shahima, and I believe she shows up at Harold's Rest like 24 hours after the quest is complete. So we're going to sit here and wait 24 hours. I think I'm going to have to do 2 wait sessions because I believe it's UT and not local hours. But that's also why I never kill the hostages, is because you end up without the ability to get Shahima as a crew member, so I'm not one to want to lock myself out of crew members. I basically, anytime I do the Crimson Fleet quest, I make sure I get Mathis and that kind of stuff. Make sure I unlock Amelia when I do the other quest. What is that? The Crucible. Let's check. Maybe she's here.
This loss of life is tragic.
I'm trying to keep strong, but I fear I may be losing my mind.
Another drink will not hurt.
Lot of work to be done. But
It is difficult to imagine Dazra recovering from this. See you around.
Maybe she's in the House Vithal. We're gonna go look at House Vithal, and then we'll try waiting another 24 hours. She said something about like see me around the house, so she might be in here. It's been a while since I unlocked her as a crew member.
I hope when you return to the settled systems, you'll aid in showing them the true path. The Great Serpent spared so many of us, yet we all still feel the loss.
We have an easier way to find people.
Diviner, it's good to see you again. Perhaps the Great Serpent has blessed us with the second meeting to make up for the first one. A hostage situation is hardly the place to make a good first impression.
Wait, who are you again?
You forgot me already. It's me, Sahima, the scientist from House Kadik. Granted, we did meet under very chaotic circumstances.
I personally prefer to meet new people when under duress.
You may have a point. I do think hostile situations can help you measure a person's grit. Hopefully I showed I had plenty. Anyway, while it's good to take a breath and relax, I do like a good adventure. In fact, I have to admit, I'm a little envious of your situation. I'm stuck here in the house while you are traveling the stars, discovering new orbits, and building a bridge for the promised.
You could come with me. Let's go with this option. Why envious? Wouldn't you get homesick if you left?
Dazra is my home, yes, but I carry it with me. I couldn't be rid of it if I wanted to. As for family, well, I don't have anyone at House Kadik that would miss me much.
You could come with me.
I was hoping you'd say that. I promise you, you won't regret it. I don't want to brag, but I'm proficient at just about everything.
Does your religion allow you to be an explorer?
Of course! Jinan Barun was a traveler, like yourself. He is proof that through exploration, we find our purpose.
Let's ask this other question. It gets dangerous out there. Are you sure you're up for it?
Oh, don't you dare. Don't doubt me like everyone else in my life. Because I know you're different. Yes, I don't look like a soldier. I barely pass for an adult. But I can hold my own.
Seems to me you want to brag.
Okay, maybe I like bragging a little. But it's not a lie, truly. The Great Serpent has blessed us both with gifts. If we work together, I know we can help each other grow them.
What skills do you have?
Not a lot of people know this, but I'm an expert with the sniper rifle. It's not so different from using a telescope. I've also studied ship reactor and EM weapon tech. I even developed a prototype for Varun hymns that's currently in production.
Given your scientific expertise, aren't you needed in Dazra?
All my research is now public, and the dangers of the morning device are known. To put it another way, the milk has been spilled. They don't need me to remind them to use a glass. And the coaster. You really should use both.
You've convinced me. You're hired.
Oh, thank you. I can't wait to start tinkering with your ship. We'll have to measure the progress in phantometers. But first, stupid question, but do you happen to know where my assignment is?
Yes, I will put you on Kang 8A. That is my observation-themed
Okay, got
outpost.
an assignment. Seems cozy. Heading there now.
Chosen.
Okay. So we are going to wrap it up there. Before we are going to do the other side next, then we will continue with aligning the houses. So that's the game plan. And then once we get done with aligning the houses, we are going to go out and explore the rest of the points of interest that we have not been to. And there is quite a few of them. Like we have this interesting cave here. We have, I believe, that location. There's quite a few locations. There's one up here, I don't even have it marked. There's one over here I don't have marked. This one we will explore later on. But yeah, we have quite a few locations left to explore. Like there's one way down here in the corner. But I think we are going to save and call it quits from here. So let's just pop down our quick save. But as always, folks, please, please, please enjoy the rest of your night.